All right, hey y'all. So I figured I'd go ahead and do a I guess travel nurse day in the life, night in the life of a travel nurse. Y'all know what to say, whatever the title say. Y'all seem to like these videos. But anyway, I am here early at my assignment. I typically get here early just because Atlanta traffic is stupid dumb. So I have to leave out at least an hour before I would normally, because if you leave out on time, you're gonna be late. So I typically do get here early at like 5:45. But that gives me enough time to take a nap, because 10 times out of 10 when I get to work, I'm going to be tired. It don't matter how much sleep I get, whatever, I'm always going to be tired when I get to work. So if I am, today I'm not because I had coffee on my way here, but if I am, I will take a nap so I can just have that extra like when it's time for me to go in. But I'm about to sit here and chill. I will talk to y'all when it's time for me to go in and start my shift. All right, y'all, so I'm just waiting for huddle to start. What's up, it is 6:38. I got 5 patients tonight, 1 empty room. It's only like the units are small, but they floated nurses. So I told y'all usually we do 3 or 4. When we staff, like 8 nurses is fully staffed on this unit. I think we only got 6, so most of us got 5 patients. And then they be floating a lot of med-surg nurses around here, so they'll give them 5 patients, but they have to make sure that they don't have like certain drips and stuff like that. So anyway, hopefully tonight is gonna be a good night. Today is day 1. I tell y'all, day 1 of 4. My contract is 48 hours, so I'm claiming we're gonna have a good night. I be trying to set the tone, even though I don't be really wanting to be here. I still try to come in with a good attitude, because that's gonna reflect how my night goes. Ain't no point in me coming in here like be here. I mean, some days it be like that. I really don't be want to be here, but I had 1 day off yesterday, so I got to like kind of revive myself so that I can come in here and do what I gotta do. But I'm claiming that we're going to have a good night. We got a charge nurse. The charge nurses here are actually really good when we have one. The one that we do have, she works like 7 days straight, and she's really good. So we have the support and we have the resources. Like I said, this is not a bad assignment, but I'm just waiting for huddle to start, and then we'll go get report, and then I'll check back in with y'all. All right, y'all, so I just got report. I actually only have 3 patients. I have 5 rooms with 3 patients. One of them is literally leaving now, so I hope they will give me. They usually are good about admins, like not giving them back to back, but I don't know if she knew that that patient was leaving or not. But if she don't, I'll let her know, because there's no reason for me to have an admin back to back. Everybody has like empty rooms, at least 1 empty room, and I think it's just 2 of us that have 2 empty rooms. So I'm about to go. Don't tell me, don't you hate when you clean the computer off and then you find out it don't work? Let me start this one over. Anyway, I'm about to look up my patients really quick. It's 7 o'clock. It don't take long to get a report when it's only 3 patients. So I'm about to look over my patients really quick and then get my night started. All right, y'all, so I've already went and seen my patients. Typically when I go see my patients, I really just like to go introduce myself, say hello, see how their demeanor is, and really look at their acuity, see how bad they are. I'll also take their I'll take their vitals as well, because I just want to walk into the shift knowing what I'm getting into. And for prime example, I just took somebody's vitals and it said like 76 over 40 something. I reran it, and it's higher, it's like 90 something over whatever. But I always take vitals like as soon as I'm walking in. Everybody has pretty much left already, but I'm just about to go. Well, I'm looking over my meds now, and my last med I have to give at 10 o'clock, and then I'm good until 6 a.m. It looks like I'm only going to have 4 patients. I'm going to get admit. One of the rooms they have blocked off, probably like to wax the floors or something, so that's good. I'll have 4 patients tonight. It seems like most of my patients are chill and cool. I got one who they were having issues with the CPAP, but her husband is going to stay with her tonight, so hopefully she keeps it on, because she was super hypoxic during the day or whatever. So it's like mandatory that she wear her CPAP at night. A lot of patients don't like to wear the CPAP because I guess it's uncomfortable, especially if they don't bring theirs from home. I don't know if she wears the CPAP at home or not. Ours here is like that big one that goes around your head, and if you like claustrophobic, people don't usually like that one. But anyway, my patients look pretty good. Meds look pretty good. So I'm just about to look over everything. I got 2 walkie-talkies. One patient I had the day before yesterday, and he was super simple. Oh, she didn't tell me he was diabetic. But that's, he diabetic too. So I got 2 diabetes. I feel like everybody got diabetes. It's crazy. But I got 2 diabetic patients. So the techs that we have tonight are bomb. This hospital or this unit has really good techs. The ones that weren't good, either got fired or they left. But I'm telling you, having a good tech makes so much different. I got one who, like, she be on it. She be on it with the inner outputs. She be on it with the blood sugars, the weights. Like, I don't really gotta tell her to do nothing. I'm gonna always go back and check, but she somebody I know that if I got to check something, like, usually she didn't already took care of it. Like, I don't gotta remind her to do nothing. So I'm gonna have a good night. I'm about to chart as much as I can, and then I will come back to y'all. All right, so this is kind of how my process goes. I always take vitals at the beginning of shift because I need to know where their vitals is standing at, just in case I gotta give them blood pressure meds. So, like, one of my patients that I told you her BP was soft, I'm gonna hold one of her heart medications, metoprolol, because that is also known to decrease your blood pressure. So it already has parameters on there, which is good, but sometimes they don't come with parameters, and you just kind of need to use your nursing judgment. Or if you want to get a second opinion, you can always call the doctor and say, hey, this is what the blood pressure is. Do you want me to hold this medication or go ahead and give it? I'm gonna go ahead and hold it because the parameter is already on there. And plus she has other medications that I know are also going to lower her blood pressure, so I don't want to give her both of them at the same time. So I'll look over meds, see what everybody has, if I have insulin that I need to give, because typically if I do, I don't like going in a room more than I need to, so I'll wait until the text here will check her blood sugar. I'll wait till they give me their wait until they do the blood pressure, and then I can figure out how much I have to give them so that I could just do all of their medications at one time. So that's what I'm doing now, going through each of my patients' meds, looking at their vitals, make sure they're stable enough so that I can give them a medication, and then going from there. I like to write everything on my little sticky note. Here I have my chart and sheet. I'll show y'all in a minute, but here they kind of give you a form that they pass off and report, so I don't really need to use my chart sheet, but I'm gonna go through that and then come back. Right, so the good thing about working on a cardiac floor, like, typically all of the diagnoses are the same and the plan of cares are the same. Typically I have a lot of CHF patients, a lot of AFib, RVR patients, a lot of NSTEMI patients. The plan of care is typically the same. One time I did have a CHF patient. Usually when you have CHF, you know that they're going to have some type of fluid or be in some type of fluid overload, and you have to diurese them. And that was the first time I had a patient where the plan of care wasn't working. We were diuresing him, but the fluid was not coming off of him, so he had to do dialysis. So that was new for me. But for the most part, everybody presents the same, and the treatment plan is the same. So I'm looking over everything.
Can I have your attention, please, to encourage rest and to promote healing for our patients. Our visiting hours have ended. Have a safe journey home. Thank you, and have a great night.
So now I got a CHF patient, an NSTEMI patient, and I got 2 CHF patients. One with AFib RVR, and then one with hyponatremia. So typically that's diuresing and also getting the fluid off of them. But you also have to worry about blood pressure. There's so many, like, moving parts to everything. Like, even though the treatment plan may be to get fluid off of them, sometimes the medication can drop their blood pressure, so then you have to use your judgment to say, like, okay, do I want to give this to get the fluid off? And then typically you can't do a bolus because they're already fluid overload. So it's like a little touch and go with certain things, but for the most part, like, everybody presents the same, and the plan of treatment is the same, and so it's easier to treat them. It's easier to notice, like, when certain things are off, or just how to mitigate and troubleshoot certain things. So I'll be back. All right, so I keep coming back every time I think of something, because I be wanting to explain, like, my process to y'all. So I'm looking at my next patient. This is why I go in and I introduce myself, ask questions. He wanted something for sleep. I look at his PRN meds and they don't have anything, but he said he doesn't take anything at home, and people have a hard time sleeping at the hospital. I tell them all the time, the hospital is not a place of rest, because every 5 minutes somebody wants something. But he said he's been getting the last few nights, so they must have been ordering it on one-time dose, but I'm looking at his discontinued meds, and I don't see anything on here. The only thing that he had was some Xanax, and I don't want to get him that for sleep. So I'm gonna go ahead and he do got it. He getting Restoril. So cool. That's why I look up on my meds, because what I don't want to do is go in a room and then don't have the medication. I really like to cluster all of my care in one time. It makes it easier for me. It helps me stay organized. I don't like to go in and out. I'm coming in with waters, blankets, medication, sleep aids, pain aids, all of that stuff, so that I could just do it all at once, take care of you all at once, and then dip and go focus on my other patient. So that's my second patient I just looked up, and he has his meds. His blood pressure is good, so I can go ahead and give it to him. He don't have much of anything else tonight that will lower his blood pressure. That's another thing you got to worry about too when you giving him these sleep aids. Sometimes it can lower the blood pressure, but his blood pressure is good. He got metoprolol. He'll be fine. He is my diabetic patient, so I'll wait till she go ahead and do the blood sugars and go ahead and give him his stuff. And then I'm gonna look at my third patient. I had him before. He a pretty cool, chill guy. I had got him melatonin one night, and he was like, oh my God. I guess he hadn't been sleeping at home either. And he like, oh my God. He was like, how can I get some of this stuff? I'm like, bro, melatonin, you can go to Publix and get that. He's talking about, oh, I'm telling my wife to go get it now. He was so happy, because when you don't get no sleep, like, it messed everything up. And I guess he hadn't been getting sleep at home. And then, of course, you're not going to get no sleep in the hospital for real. But he was able, he said he sleep like 30 minutes at a time. I feel bad for people who got like sleep issues, because I don't have a problem going to sleep. I have a problem staying asleep, but I can keep going back. It's just the constantly waking up. But like not getting no sleep at all, baby. Oh, I need to go do his vitals, because he is on a different hall. They'll do stuff like put you on different halls, which it's not, the unit is not that big, so it's not too bad. But I know that he is going to definitely want his melatonin tonight. So I'll make sure, today's 23rd, yeah, I'll make sure I'll get that for him. And then, yeah, he is also diabetic. Who is on that hall? She good. We got all good texts tonight. All the texts are good. I'm telling you, like, chef's kiss when you gotta check. The other night, we ain't had none, baby. I'm doing blood sugars. I'm taking people to the bathroom. I'm doing baths. I'm doing everything. And that'd be hard. That'd be a lot. But, we don't have a good night. So, at 8 o'clock, once 8 o'clock hit, I'll go ahead and start passing my meds. That typically takes me an hour. Well, I only got 3 patients, so it shouldn't take me that long. But while I'm passing meds, I also do my assessment. Make sure you're touching your patients, like actually looking at their body, pulling the covers off, looking at their bottom if they the type of person who, you know, don't get up. They've been sitting in bed all day. Put a Mepalex on a bit if it's red. Like, actually touch your patients. Like, I think a lot of times as new nurses, we be so focused on, like, let me pass my meds so that I don't be late. But you also want to look for things. Like, you want to make sure your patient doesn't have any skin breakdown, or, you know, if they should be on oxygen, but they not on oxygen. Like, just touch your patients if they got edema. Like, I know a lot of times it's probably easier to just chart what the next person wrote, but 9 times out of 10 they charting what the person before them wrote, and the cycle repeats itself. But just make sure y'all like actually laying hands on your patients. There's nothing wrong with touching them. Let me pull these cover backs. Let me look at the bottoms of your heels. Touch them. That's my little soapbox about that. All right, y'all, so we are about to go to the lab. I had to do a urine on one of my patients. It's 8:39, which is late for me to be passing meds, but my patient that I had to do a urine on, her family had like a lot of concerns and questions, so just kind of getting them up to speed on what's going on with her, what we looking for, monitoring. This is the one with the low blood pressure. Then she didn't have any urine output. She has CHF, but they decided to hold her diuretic because of her kidney function. You know, it'd be so much to go into everything. But just kind of updating them and letting them know what we're watching, what we're doing, why she didn't get this, stuff like that. So that took me a little bit longer than normal. But I'm about to go to the lab and drop off this urine. Do y'all be tubing y'all urines? Because I bet check. I be too scared to do that. Because one, she not putting out, and I don't want to waste this urine, so I just take it all the way down there. Because that tube system probably be crazy, and I don't want the urine to spill all out, and then I have to do another one. So I'm gonna just go drop it off. I got one more patient meds to do. But he in the bathroom right now, so once he's done, I'll go pass his meds, and then I'll be done for the night, and then I'm gonna chart. Alright, so I'm almost done passing my meds. I still got one more person, so the one that I did go to pass, He got one that's due at like 10 o'clock, and I'm not gonna wait till 10. The earliest I could pass it is 9, and so I'm just trying to wait till 9 so I can give it all to him at once. But he constipated. Old people be serious about their bowel movements. I do too, because I bowel move every day. And the one time I ever been constipated, child, I thought I was about to die, so I sympathize. But he said he haven't had a bowel movement in 4 days, and he been eating, and he like, this got to go. So, you know what's crazy, y'all? I have never done an enema. In the 4 years of me being a nurse, I've never done an enema. I don't think it's difficult. You just put the little tube in there and you let it go. But yeah, so he wants, I'm trying to see what they gave him first, because I really don't want to do no enema. I know when I had him at one point, he was on Colace. I got him some Colace. I'm not trying to go on this one. Hold on, y'all. Okay, somebody in there. I had got him some Colace. It looked like they gave him some Miralax. I just gave him some prune juice. He's never taken the Miralax, so let me get him a packet of Miralax also too. Yeah, he's just been getting the Colace. Oh, and he got a suppository. So they got him a whole little regimen on here. I'm trying to not, I don't want to do the enema because I just feel like it's gonna be messy. And so I'm about to get him this suppository, and we gonna see what it do. I'm gonna get him suppository. I got him some prune juice. I want to get him some Miralax. I gotta be careful about how much fluid I give him because he is on a fluid restriction. But I'm not trying to do the enema. I'm not. He was like, can I just have an enema? I'm like, you've only taken a cola, so I'm gonna try to convince him that the enema is like the last resort because I really don't want to do it. I've never did it, but I've never had to actually do an enema. So I'm gonna try these first. He has the Ducalex suppository that I'm gonna try, and then he has some Miralax and I'm gonna try that he has not taken. So let's see if we can get him to have a bowel movement tonight, because he is like, really like anxious, like it's bothering him, which I get, but he like obsessed with it now. He like, it's been 4 days, I need something, I need to go in the next 10 minutes. So let's see. All right, y'all, I just had me a little snack break. One of my coworkers bought me some chicken to eat. I know I gotta have my little snack break. I was surprised I didn't bring all my snacks with me. I put everything in the refrigerator, but I'm at the chart. Actually, let me see if, because they just cleaned my empty room. Let me see if they about to give me a patient real quick. No, nobody on the board yet. But anyway, I'm about to chart my guy who needed the enema. So they have stuff on there that they haven't even given him. Miralax, the suppository, all of that stuff. And I gave him some prune juice. And he was like, oh, this prune juice feel like it's working already. I just warmed it up and put it in the microwave. And so he liked the prune juice. I gave him the suppository. I told him if that don't work, then we'll move to the Miralax. And if that don't work, then we'll do the enema as the last resort. But he was cool with it. So that's pretty much it. I'm about to chart, and after I chart, it's 9:45. It's actually late. Typically, I've already charted by this time. I've already passed my meds, but a lot of my patients have like concerns. Like I told y'all, the one who had a family concern, he was concerned about being constipated, so it took me a little bit more time than typical. But usually, if they don't have no questions, nothing like that, they up to speed with what's going on with them. I'm in and out, passing meds, stuff like that. By it was like 9 o'clock, so anyway, I'm gonna chart. I'll check out the chart before. Alright, I'm back. I'm about to get a new admit. Well, one, I was about to pass meds, so I was about to get a report while I was passing meds. I just passed my last little set of meds. She had like some 10 o'clock, but she had went down to go get a CT. So I didn't give him to her, but it looks like my new patient is here for respiratory failure. He's only on 3 liters of oxygen. Complaining of no pain. I'm just giving I like to look over my patients, because ED, they only really care like making sure you're dead or alive. They don't care about the like intricate pieces, like if you got an IV that's working, unless they got to give something, or how many liters of oxygen you want. I just like to look like blood pressure, all of that. I want to make sure vitals are stable. I also like to look and see if there are meds that can be given that they haven't given down there. And if they haven't, I'm always asking, why hasn't it been given? Because sometimes they don't get stuff, but don't send them up here with stuff that I know you can get, and it don't look like he got no meds due until the rest of the night. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. I feel like I've had this man before, but I got 2 patients with the same name. That's an issue, but whatever. What's this? Oh, I'm like, wait, what? So they don't have Lovenox and metoprolol down there? Yeah, why he didn't get his low? I'm looking, see, that's why it's an issue, because I'm looking at the wrong patient with the same name. Lovenox they probably don't have down there, but this metoprolol, why he didn't get his metoprolol? Because they usually have it down there. And then this is a breathing treatment, which she'll come up and do when she get $21.50. Yeah, that was an hour ago. What's the problem with that? And then so he don't look like he's diabetic. All right, so she can call me back. I don't know why ED be so, I get like you got to get the patients in and out, but they get annoyed like when you be like, can you call me back? But any of y'all ED nurses, what is that? It's like they be in a rush to get a new patient, but on the floor we're never in a rush to get a new patient. So I don't know what the difference in dynamics are, because I be confused. And they'll call and get report like doing change of shift. Like I know in the ED they do have different shifts. Like they don't work 7 to 7 all the time. Like they have like mid shift. They be 12 hours, but they like mid shift. But I'm like, they don't think like, oh, it's 6 o'clock, they just came in and let me wait until they get report for their other patients. Like they will literally try to get you report while you're getting reports at the beginning of your shift. I don't get that. Y'all who are like ED nurses, y'all tell me that. Like I don't get one, why y'all be in a rush to get these patients out. I kind of do if it's like the ED is full, but in my mind, like the longer you sit on a patient, I don't know, I do get that part. But the whole like giving report, like trying to get this patient up here in the middle of change of shift, that part I don't get. Like I feel like that should be a policy or something, because no. Anyway, I'll check in with y'all when I get my new patients. I'm gonna try to chart as much as I can, because I still haven't charted. Typically I'll be done. But today it hasn't been a busy day like it, or it hasn't been like bad or nothing like that. But typically I'm done with all my charting and I'm chilling for a little minute. But anyway, I'll chat with y'all later. Yeah, so my new patient is here, literally rolled up while she was giving a report, and then that's the thing, they don't be want to give you a good report, child. This ain't my patient, but that man gonna let you slip. Girl, okay, she not gonna get up. She ain't got nothing. She over it anyway. Patient going acute respiratory failure, that's what I'm dealing with. I think I told y'all this. I'm not repeating myself. He on 30 minutes of oxygen. He on walkie-talkie. He seemed cool. He going down for a procedure tomorrow so they can pull some fluid off of him, because they seen some on his x-ray. He seemed really decent, so I'm about to go ahead and do his admit. The thing about admission, the questions will be exactly the same. I don't even take my computer in there. While I'm assessing you, looking you over the ruler, I'm basically asking you a bunch of questions. Do you live with, do you use any assistive devices, breathing stuff you should use at home? Let's go over your medications, Most people don't be doing their medication I think in a while. And then the ED down here, they're really good about reconciling their meds before they come up here. So most of the times that is done, but he seems like he's gonna be easy peasy. He and her washing up now. They are like really serious about baths here. More serious than taking vitals, whatever. I don't know if they get paid from anywhere or whatever, but anyway, I can look over his chart and I'll come back in. He just put in an order for Bumax because my patient was asking about it. He was like, the doctor told me he was gonna give me 2 doses, but I'm like, well, I don't see none yet. But he finally put it in. I wish he would have gave it early, because that's annoying to have to keep getting up and peeing like every 5 seconds. But he was like, I don't care, I just want this fluid off of me. Did I tell y'all he had bowel movement? He was so happy. He's about, thank you so much. No other nurse did this for me. And I'm like, well, it's a little bit busy during that shift, so like you not having a bowel movement is really honestly not a priority. So I get it. But he was like, no, like they didn't even look to see if I had anything, because I told you I didn't even have to go to the doctor. He had all those PRN. He had a whole bowel regimen thing on there, like they got day 1 do this, whatever. But the nurse was probably just busy or whatever. But the moral of the story is my man had a bowel movement and he happy. I still got probably 2 more patients I think I need to try on, my new admit, and then maybe 1, or maybe I did all 3 of them. I think I just gotta do my new admit, so I'm just about to do that. Everybody seems chill, cool. Yeah. So I've already told y'all if something nice or exciting happens. Hopefully it doesn't. And for the rest of the night, I'm probably about to chill. I got some stuff on my own personal stuff in my business that I need to work on. I told myself this week I was working on that while I was at work. another benefit to working night shift. I can work on my goals while I'm at work. As long as everybody is taken care of and nobody got no issues, I'm good. I can chill. So I'll probably see y'all in the morning, or like I said, if something exciting happens. This is the easy assignment. I feel like my first assignment was like the real deal. My second assignment was it was an easy assignment, and this one is like super easy. Like I've never really had a bad night. I had a night where like the patient was like hypoxic and was having panic attacks, and that wasn't really a bad night. It just required me to be in his room every freaking 5 seconds. But I've never really had a bad night here, so this is a good assignment, which I'm thankful for. We always want a good assignment. I'm not trying to have hard assignments at all. Not now, not ever. I've done my time. I have had my fair share of difficult nights, and so I just want to chill. I want to be with you. So anyway, I'll also see you later. Okay, y'all, I didn't even come in and do no introduction, nothing. Today is day 2, child, and they floated me, which is fine. But they floated me to like an ICU unit where basically it's like a step down ICU unit. But the patients to me still are high acuity, and it's a stroke unit. That's what it is. I don't do stroke patients. That's another thing. Don't be afraid to speak up for yourself and use your nursing judgment. If you are not comfortable taking a certain type of patient, like, don't be afraid to say like I'm not comfortable, because you don't want to be put in a situation where you have to be dealing with something that you are not familiar with. Anyway, they voted me over here, which is cool, but I did have to be like, hey, I cannot take any true stroke patients. So they had to fix the schedule, which is why I always get here early, because when they do float me, for some odd reason, even though it's written down, I don't think anybody pays attention to the sheet that says what type of patients I can't take, and so I always have to remind them. So they have to end up changing the schedule, which is fine. So I have 3 patients. The 2 patients I do have are on restraints, but one has a sitter, which is cool. He's gonna be here all night if they don't pull him. And then the other one, her family is in there, and she seemed cool. She only got like 1 restraint because she has a dive off, and we just want to make sure she don't pull it out, but her family is in there. And then I got an empty room, so I'm just looking over my patients, looking over their medication. Both of them NPO. The other one, he just got made NPO, so a lot of his meds I can't even give him, because they don't even come in IV form. So it's just really doing my restraint assessments every 2 hours, making sure everybody good or whatever like that. So this is day 2. I just wanted to check in with y'all, and I was gonna tell y'all in the view. Yeah, I'm so tired. It's 10 o'clock. I only got 2 patients. I think I told y'all 2 of them are on restraints. One has a sitter, and the other one, her family is with her. But baby, I am tired. I don't know if this is good. I stopped counting the days though, because it was making me feel like I got so many days to go. But I mean, I guess when I look at it, I have less days in front of me than I have behind me. But your girl is tired. I finished charting, finished passing on my meds, both of them NPO, so it's only so much they can get. But I got 1 more patient, and I think they're just really trying to decide who they're gonna give me, because even though this is a stroke unit, they can only give me a certain type of patient. So I still got my empty bed. I want to do some work, but I'm just tired. Like, I'm sleepy. So I don't know. I might just chill. I really want to be productive, but mentally, like, I can't even think for real. Like, I can think, but I can't focus on my personal work. I mean, I probably could, but I just don't feel like it. Honestly, that's what it is. I don't feel like it. I'm sleepy. And I had me an energy drink too, but I drank it like as soon as I woke up because I was still tired. I had about 2 of them. It's early. It's too early for me to be doing this. It's only 10 o'clock. I got a good little minute to go, so I'm probably going to go walk around and find something to do, because I just want to check in with y'all. I don't got nothing going on other than my restraints. Just doing that every 2 hours. Yeah. I'll come back if hopefully nothing exciting happens, but I'll come back when I got something worthy to tell y'all. Other than that, it's just the same old, same old. I do kind of like this unit because the patients, the acuity is higher, so they will only give you like 3 or 4 patients. Hence why I got 3, but it's chill right now. I don't got no complaints. I could be tired and chill. I'm cool with that. But sometimes that, like, when it's too chill, which I'm still not complaining about, it makes the night like drag. So that's why I always like bring stuff to do, but I'm chilling. So I made it back for day 7, I believe. I actually stopped. No, yeah, it's day 7. So I got 2 more full days. I think I came and told y'all what happened about the rapids and the colds. And before I left this morning, my patient ended up having like a last minute fever. And then I realized that he didn't even have no Tylenol on board, which was weird because almost everybody, unless it's like some particular reason, always people have Zofran and Tylenol is a PRN. So by the time I realized that it wasn't on there, like I'm like, oh, let me just go grab it. Mind you, he NPO, so I had to get a suppository. So I'm like, oh, okay, let me just go grab it so the day shift nurse don't have to deal with it. They had already changed over shifts, they as in the doctor. So day shift contacted the doctors is completely different from night shift. So child, I ended up staying a whole extra 20 minutes later. Y'all know traffic is crazy. I was already ready to go. I cried the whole way home this morning because I was so sleepy. I do not recommend doing 8 shifts in a row. Like, don't do it to yourself. When the supervisor asked me about it, I told her like, hey, can you change that day? Because I need to leave 2 days off. 1 day off is not enough because all I'm gonna do is sleep, and then I feel like I'm catching up. But she was like, I just need you on this day, but if any point in your shifts you feel like, oh, I can't come back tomorrow, I need a break, she like, just let me know. So at the time it was like, oh, okay, cool. But why I thought it was a good idea, no, I said what I said when I said it. I don't know why I let that lady convince me like, oh, okay, I just let her know that I'm tired. Child, I thought I was going to call off today. I do not recommend it. Like, my mental capacity is like this. Thankfully, I only had 2 patients yesterday, and they both was on restraint. So all I had to really worry about was, you know, doing my, y'all know what I'm trying to say. But child, so today, it doesn't look like I'm getting floated, but my regular unit, I think we're short staffed, so I'm probably gonna have like 4 or 5 patients. I'm just pray about it, y'all. I'm just pray about it. I don't need to do what I can do, but hey, y'all. So I have done an absolutely horrible job at vlogging my 3rd day. I'm back on my regular unit. I have 4 patients tonight. Everybody is pretty stable. Well, I got one guy who he constantly get out of bed, but he only getting out of bed to pee. He just unstable, so his bed alarm go off every time he gotta pee. But I could deal with that. I'm sitting right out his room. Once he pee, he get right back in the bed and he be good. So I realized he pulled out his IV because his blood pressure was elevated, and I ordered some Labetalol to go get it. And when pharmacy sent it up, I went in there, checked his blood pressure, but I didn't end up having to give it to him because his blood pressure went down. But as I'm looking, I'm like, what happened to his IV, child? But then his son stays in there with him, and he like, oh, he hasn't had one for a few days. But I looked at his medication, and he getting Lasix IV and all of that stuff, so he had to have one at some point. But anyway, night is going smooth. It's 4 o'clock. I just kind of got up, did my rounds, make sure my vitals, circulated for our 4 a.m. vitals, emptied out urinals. And that's the thing about being on the cardiac floor with patients with CHF. Like, you gotta constantly like chart your eyes and nose. It will be more frequently than like normal because people are getting Bumex and Lasix, so they're getting all that fluid off of them. But so far it's a chill night. No complaints. I got 1 more night. I'm closer than I am finishing my week off than what I started. I got a few more hours that I need to get through. I got me this Alani that y'all said to get, and I don't want to drink it now, even though I'm tired because I don't want to be up. But I feel like this will be enough time. 4 o'clock I don't get home until 8, so that's 4 hours. So I can drink it if I really wanted to. But I'm like sleepy, but not like about to doze off. I'm just like, I feel myself like, okay, winding down. Anyway, I just wanted to check in with y'all, and I will probably see y'all tomorrow on my last day because nothing is happening tonight. Thank God. Not even tripping about nothing happening. I'm never tripping about nothing happening. I want chill nights. So I just want tonight to continue to be chill. I'm probably going to give him his IV like later on in the shift because I just don't want him to pull it out again. Yeah, so tomorrow. I'm also just lab just came into everybody's labs, and so that's another thing about working on a cardiac unit with people with heart failure is that wherever water goes, potassium follows. I think it's saying, I don't know, but I'm looking over everybody's electrolytes and ordering potassium for everybody who needs it to be replaced. At this hospital, they have like a protocol where nurses can basically just go ahead, like the doctor put the order in, but the protocol is basically for nurses to be able to look at labs and determine if it needs to be replaced or not. And so I don't have to like call the doctor unless they forget to put the order in, but for the most part they do already have it in, so I don't have to call the doctor to say, hey, can I get some potassium? I can just go ahead and order it myself, which is cool. So that's what I'm doing. Alright, y'all, day 4. Oh shit. It's day 4, and apparently day shift had a time today. One of the patients is, girl, stay. One of the patients, I guess, is like this. Y'all, I'm so tired. It just took me an hour to chart on one patient. I kid you not. Like, I just keep, like when you read the same sentence over again, it's literally me charting. Like, I don't know why I know why it's taking me so long because I'm tired, but not an hour to chart on one patient. So the update is that I lost one of my patients because they have a med surg nurse on this floor that got floated and they can't take drips. So I gave her one of my easier patients. I got a good group overall tonight, so I'm not tripping, but I gave her one of y'all. I don't know if y'all can hear me. I have been doing such a horrible job of documenting my day in the life, but y'all catch the drift. It is 5 o'clock in the morning right now, so I'm just looking over my labs and I'm about to order all of my potassiums now. My potassium replacements. I just went and did over my eyes and O's. The tech that I got tonight, like, superb. She's actually leaving. She just graduated. Got her bachelor's in something business management or hospitality, something like that, whatever. But she leaving. I want people to grow and stuff like that. Like, nobody wants to be a tech for. I mean, even if you do want to be a tech, because some people are like really, really good techs. Like, that's what they're meant to be. But I love when people elevate too. But I hate when it's a good tech that they leave, and so it's just like, it's bittersweet. But we wish her well on her journey, and we thank her for her time here. So anyway, I was saying that to say that I really don't be having to go over my eyes and O's because she be spot on it, like on this shit. She like a ghost. Like, I see something and be like, okay, I'm gonna come back and get it, and by the time I come back and get it, she done already got it, and I ain't had to say nothing. She just be on her shit. But anyway, I'm about to go over all my labs, order my potassiums. I don't really have a lot of meds to pass. Well, until I see my labs, then I see. I think I like one person to do, and he getting Lovenox. So that's it. We made it. Day 4 of 8, or day 4 and day 8, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm like amped up now. I got me that little Alani drink that y'all was telling me. I had me one tonight. Child, I ain't tired. I got all this energy, but I'm glad that today is the last day of the week for me. Your girl is about to get ready to go. And I'm probably gonna sleep all day. I'm gonna get my lashes done like as soon as I leave here. But for the most part, I'm sleeping, getting my rest. So if I don't see y'all at the end of the shift, I hope y'all enjoyed it. This is a crazy view. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. I don't think this one was as realistic as like my other one because it's an easier assignment. Did I tell you that my patient got changed? My patient got changed to somebody who was on cardigan. I feel like I told y'all all of this, child, and I'm probably repeating myself. And my phone kept cutting off because y'all ain't bringing my camera in here to record. Oh, I think the last time I was trying to tell y'all, it don't even matter. See y'all. Alright, y'all, I just came back because, child, don't you hate when somebody pull out their IV? The man pulled out his IV. I hate this bed alarm went off. He got up to go pee. And while I'm helping him pee, I looked and the damn IV is on the table. He talking about he got dementia though. He talking about we must have fell out. They ain't gonna where that damn IV didn't fall out. But I was able to get him another one. I'm like, okay, well, IVs, if you got good veins. I'm not the go-to person for IVs, but I'm decent. I've definitely gotten better over time, but I was able to get him an IV because that's one thing. I don't like nobody coming on to shift and they don't, they got to worry about that. So even though it's 6:43, I was able to get it, so I'm just trying to chart the new one right now, and then give report to my people, and then I'm out of here. So, for real, if I don't see y'all, I'll holler at y'all next one.